Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords, where we are currently dealing with this area. We are working on our second village over here, and this is going to be a fairly different village, of course. We currently have 8 wild animals over here. Aren't they supposed to leave 10? They are. You're not supposed to continue hunting over here unless there's an additional deposit they can go after? Maybe they're hunting down here? I don't know. This deposit should be allowed to regenerate, though, for sure. So we're going to hopefully do that. Our sheep farm is going okay, of course, and what we need right now is a family assigned to construction. So for the moment, I'm going to pull out of the woodcutter's lodge. We've got a fair amount of firewood there. I did order this large storehouse to be upgraded, and that will be fine. So we're going to remove this family here, and they're going to focus on construction. We need to have these burgages finished up. So that is our current mission. No storage space left for production in the saw pit. Yeah, that's fine. We're actually working on the large storehouse right now, which is a little odd because we don't have the resources, but, you know, whatever. No storage space left for production in the charcoal kiln. Yeah, let's get that large storehouse completed. Storage is full in a number of locations. Yes, all expected. What is this glinting going on over here? I think that was just a weird specularity thing. No big deal. Okay, so that is fine. We do have this forager's hut, of course. We've got 10 months of supplies here, so I'm not too concerned about supplies over here. Let's go check in on our main village. Here we have 7 months of supplies, mostly lacking in food. It is October. And we're plowing these fields. Okay, so we're plowing by hand over here, but this ox is helping us plow over this way, and this ox is plowing down here. So we should get a reasonable amount of plowage done before it becomes December. Now, in this farmhouse, there's currently 173 wheat. We'll get that all sorted. That'll get ground into flour, although that's not currently going. What do we have in our granary right now? 199 bread, and that is it. Okay, noted. So for the moment, this is reasonably fine. We're going to want to continue to upgrade burgages to level 2 eventually. I would like to get this one going, and we'll get that underway. Okay, so we're going to need level 3 burgages there to continue to improve that town. That's fine. So it's currently October, and that, of course, means that our foragers, I think that we can't gather this berry deposit. I'm 99% certain that we can't gather this berry deposit in the winter. However, we may want to add an herb garden here. So let's get that upgraded. That'll be okay. Any other upgrades that we want to do right now? I think this is pretty much it. We wouldn't mind upgrading to a large granary. We lack the stone to do that up here, so that is reasonably fine for now. But we do want to get these burgages constructed, and that will be good. Okay, so let's continue forward here. We have one family on construction, and I'm not sure what they're actually constructing right now. I think they're just hauling resources at this moment. So the large storehouse has all of the planks it needs. We need a fair amount of timber. We've only got the one ox, so we're going to be pretty slow on hauling that timber. So that seems fine for the time being. Back over in our main village, I want to see how we're doing on the plowing. Progress is being made, but it is certainly taking some time. The path that they use for plowing is interesting. Okay, so this field is pretty much done being plowed. It is now November. And we're just coming over here and plowing, and these guys are sowing this field. Okay, I see. Oh, why did they go back this way without plowing at all? That's very awkward. Half of this movement time is being wasted. Okay, I don't know about that. That doesn't feel great. At least we're getting our barley field sown. That's something. I feel like these oxen are not necessarily as good as I thought they would be. They're good, don't get me wrong. But we're still struggling a bit here to get this all plowed up. So we're going to be working on plowing over here by hand. That's understandable. This is definitely going slower than I had hoped. But we are making some progress anyway. Indeed. Certainly slower than I had hoped. So plowing is still going to be a very, very long process, even with the oxen. That's understood. Let's check in up over here and see what we have going on here. So burgages are finishing up. That's excellent. I want to put in a chicken coop here. So that looks good. We have 2 families unassigned here. So we have a second family on construction at this moment. That seems okay, but I'm going to move them back to the Woodcutter's Lodge at this point. Also, these foragers. They're still gathering here in November. Okay, that is noted. So, I'm a little concerned about our plowing status. I feel like a lot of this has to do with the pathfinding of the ox. Like, he just stopped plowing over here, went over, plowed this little area, and is now coming back. Yeah, this is very inefficient, pathfinding. Okay, so it's now December, and this did not get finished, and none of these fields got finished. So that is definitely noted. I feel like that's due to pathfinding with the ox, though. I feel like the oxen should have been more effective. That said, we did plow a little bit of extra over here. We plowed these areas. We plowed this field a little bit down over here. So that would have certainly been enough to finish this field, and probably enough. Like, this field is basically done. It's 26% sown. So this field would have been finished as well. This field likely would have been finished. So that is definitely going to be painful for us next year, but we can make up for it through things like having this burgage get like a chicken coop or a vegetable garden. You know, things like that can definitely make up for it. We have plenty of burgages that we can upgrade down this way, and we're going to need level 3 burgage plots, as well as 7 level 2 burgage plots, which means we need currently 10. So let's get this upgrading. And then this burgage can upgrade, and then this burgage can upgrade. So we'll get that going. That'll be fine. We're going to work on getting the wheat threshed into grain down over here. Our generic storage is full on the logging camp. Understood. That should get handled. We just spent a bunch of timber. So that'll be fine. Out over this way, we'll be fine in both cities, or I guess both villages, throughout the winter. So I'm not too concerned about that one. What is this that is falling? Are these leaves, or is this unlit snow? I think that might be unlit snow. Interesting. Well, our large storehouse is going to be completed eventually. But we're working on all of this construction up here. So we did get another family in. I want a forester's hut family. So they're going to come plant trees down over here. Do they plant in the winter? It wouldn't really make sense for them to, would it? Okay, so they don't plant in the winter. We'll not have them there then. We can send them over to the Weaver's Workshop. That'll be fine. Of course, we do have a fair number of families devoted to forestry over here. So we've got 2 families here and 2 families here. They are not going to do anything during the winter other than, like, ox guiding. And that's fine. I'm actually not too concerned about that. They can do that. So this is up to 15 of 20 wild animals over here. That looks good. And yeah, this was definitely unlit snow. So that's fine. Let's continue to cruise on through and get some of this construction completed. We now have a clothing stall here. That looks good. And we're going to need 2 level 2 burgage plots. So this one has a backyard. Which of these don't? out, it'll be some of these new ones, right? A lot of these are focused on food production, and I think upgrading this to a level 2 would be good. We do need additional food in the marketplace, and we need some additional clothing in the marketplace. So that's what the Weaver's Workshop is for. We could consider upgrading one of these, though, and that's probably fine. Let's get this one upgrading, and we need a second one upgrading as well. So something like that. Perfect. We might need to change their backyard to be brewery. Hang on, let's double check what level 2s require. Tavern supply, level 2 church, and clothing stall supply. Fair enough. Okay. Well, for the moment, this is probably going to be absolutely fine. So let's continue to get this construction done. We can have another family move in, which would be a good thing. We definitely need more people over here. And we're going to have to expand this a little bit more yet. But that's fine. So once these 2 level 2 burgages finish, we're going to be able to upgrade, and we're going to be going for deep mining. So that is absolutely something that we're interested in doing. We're going to be going after this iron deposit, and we're going to be going after this clay deposit. So in both cases, that'll be wonderful. So if we go to mining here, we can see the mining pit is iron and clay. So we'll have an infinite supply of both iron and clay, which is, of course, a good thing. So this large storehouse over here, we're still lacking some of our timber. Of course, our ox is working overtime trying to get everything transported over here. And that's understood. That's going to take some time. We have a second family devoted to construction as of right now. And do we want them to be? We could have them be doing something else. Like potentially building a tavern. But it needs ale to function, and we would need a source of barley. So I'm not sure that we even want to target getting a tavern. I'm not convinced that we actually need that. All we need is this perk, this development here. So that's literally the only thing that we need. And then enough people to man this mine, which I'm wondering how we want to get there. Maybe a road that comes out something like this and then connects down over here. So that would be, in theory, something that would come out like this or so, and then would come up over this way and like wind its way up here. This is, of course, being made for aesthetics here. This is not being made for any sort of... oh, the iron mine's right there. Not being made for any sort of practical purposes. But it would be something kind of like that would be the road up to the iron mine. So that's fine. And then the clay mine is much more accessible. That would just be something kind of like this. So that's fine. And then, of course, there's this stone quarry over here. This is going to be a temporary thing. We're going to run out of stone very quickly. So that's fine. We can do a stone cutter camp right up over here. We'll get that going. And then we're going to want to put a mining pit right about... I don't actually care about these trees being uprooted. That'll be fine. And then we'll just connect together these roads. Perfect. And then a mining pit down over here. I don't love where this is trying to snap it to. I guess here is fine. And then this road would just connect in over here, right? So something like that. Then we would definitely want to have a clay furnace somewhere over here. But we don't have enough goods for that, so we'll have to wait on that. Do we have enough for a bloomery? We actually do. The question is, do we want the bloomery to be in town? Like near the storage? I'm going to say yes on that. So we can put the bloomery somewhere over here, perhaps. Sure. Like that. So this is going to be focused on iron slab production, right? And we're going to want those upgraded to a deep mine eventually. For the time being, this is okay. What do we have going on here? Oh, that removed that entire road. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted. We want to take this guy up over here, like so, and I'm just going to build that. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now this road is going to come out over here again. And we're just going to build this up over this way. I want to take it up like... I'm thinking about these trees here. Somewhere around this, right? And we want it to mostly be going through this empty area and then just connect directly in like that. Sure. That'll do. So we probably want to have, like, livestock assigned to this mining pit or something. Or maybe just upgrade this to a small stable. That might not be a bad idea. Get a second ox going. In fact, that's probably an excellent idea over here. Now, we're going to need more burgages, and that's fine. There's a lot of space out over here that we can put into additional burgages. But getting these mines online is, of course, top priority. The wild animals have recovered up to 18 of 20. That seems good. And this down here, of course, is currently shrinking. So there's no reason to have this forager assigned other than to run the market stall. And I think that's okay to run that market stall. So let's fast forward X12. We've got a lot of construction to do. We're going to be doing a lot of hauling of timber. I'm wondering right now how much timber we even have on hand. I don't think it's a lot. So what all's not being worked here right now? Most of these structures are being worked. Weaver's Workshop, the storehouse, the granary isn't, the forester's hut isn't, the church isn't. But beyond that, I think most things are. The bloomery isn't, but that's fine for now. Okay, so we've got 14 houses here. We can have 3 additional families move in. So we're going to have a fair amount of space for that. That seems good. But this is going to take some time. So let's hop back over to our main village and see how things are going here. Obviously, I'm not happy with the state of the plowing of these fields. I have a feeling some of that is due to the shape of these fields and that these fields will actually plow better next year. So that will hopefully be a thing. Looks like we've got that farmhouse wheat all threshed into grain. And the windmill is currently working on getting that ground up. We've got lots of flour there. That looks good. Okay, so that looks fine. We're going to need to get level 3 burgages here, but that's really not the focus for right now. For right now, we want to get our constructions done over here in our second village, and that's all looking reasonably good. We're up to 289 influence and 212 treasury, so that's looking reasonably fine. Now, these sheep over here are not going to be multiplying unless we get the perk. So that would be sheep breeding right here, which would be 1 more perk, and that would mean that we need to get... I think that would mean this is a small village right now, and this is currently a large village. Right. So that's all understood for the moment. Well, let's just keep working away on these constructions. We've got a lot of construction to do up over here in Nuslo, so that's fine. We'll just continue cruising through here, and we're logging what we can, but we don't have a lot of... Well, actually, I'm not sure where these guys are logging. Going home, guiding an ox, and waiting. The answer is they're not logging. So their area over here is currently done. So we're going to have them come down over, like, here for right now. And now if we look at these people here... Praying, guiding an ox, going home. Waiting and waiting. Praying. Now we're felling a tree. Okay. A bandit camp was sighted. Where is that? Over here, in this unclaimed territory. Okay. I would like to claim this region. Not that there's anything amazing over here, to be honest. This is all pretty mediocre. This might end up being a farming region to help supply Wellbrand. But for now, that'll be okay. Work area is empty. They can't find anything to gather within their work area for now. Yeah, that's understood. Their work area is over here. We're going to have to, or rather, like, this. We're going to have to wait for some of those trees to grow. I don't mind that. For the moment, that seems fine. Another ruler's army was sighted. That's okay. I'm not too concerned about that for now. Let's continue to get through this winter and see about getting these burgage plots built. Yeah, we're waiting for a bunch of transportation here. Noted. So we have nothing inside of our granary right now. Everything that we're producing food-wise is in our stalls. So, you know, that's exciting. We're at 82% approval here, which is pretty good. Tithes paid, goods given away, 4. So that was 4 for food over here. But that gives us influence. So we're absolutely okay with that. No problem whatsoever. It is now March, and our families should be back to plowing over here. And indeed they are. Unfortunate that we missed out on some growing throughout the winter. It's really weird that crops grow in the winter in this game, but they do. And it looks like we are re-plowing these fields. Some of them got unplowed throughout the winter, I guess. Interesting. Well, let's get these fields plowed. It'll take some time. The ox pathfinding is really strange. No doubt about that. And I think that's due to the shape of these. I really think that that's the problem there. Rectangular fields are probably better in that regard. So up over this direction, we now have 13 families here, 5 of them unassigned. So that means that they are all working on construction. However, we really should get ourselves another ox over here. So there we go. We are down to 37 regional wealth over here. That's understood. But we absolutely do need more oxen. Our level of ox is our primary issue. So the forester's hut here, I'm going to assign 2 to. And they're supposed to be planting over in, like, this area. I want to keep this area relatively forested. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. 3 families are currently assigned to nothing. And we're going to have them assigned to the stonecutter camp, to the mining pits, and that's probably about it for now. But we do want to get started on some additional burgages, because we're going to need more people. So I'm going to take this road out to about here, and we're going to get additional burgage construction going on here. So that'll be down over here, about like so. Do we even have enough to do this? Surprisingly, we do. Do it. So 5 additional plots there. Wonderful. Those are going to be utilized for various jobs that need to be done. We need to grow this village a little bit. And we also need to consider... building some additional food production over here. So that would be things like vegetable gardens and chicken coops, right? This will be a vegetable garden, and I just upgraded that accidentally. I did not intend to do that. I guess it's okay. This is going to be a vegetable garden over here. We don't have enough for a chicken coop. That's fine. So our regional wealth here is going to be a little on the low side. I didn't necessarily intend to upgrade that, but it's fine. We'll need it eventually anyway, so that seems okay. So it's going to take us some time to get this all done, especially with only the 1 ox. That's understood. Let's hop back over here and see how we're doing on our plowing. Weird. This did get some growth. Okay. So this field is now on sowing. It is now fully plowed. And our second ox is coming over here to help with the plowing. The pathfinding continues to be very strange. Where are you going? Going back to rest. Okay. Sure. Well, let's continue to plow these fields. Plowing by hand is, of course, extremely slow, but apparently, so is plowing with oxen because of their pathfinding. Very strange. This is definitely not the way that I would have implemented the pathfinding. I'm hoping that there's some changes made to this. It really wants to go in these straight lines, and so when these fields are not straight, that's when we run into these problems. Okay, so the plowing here is mostly done. Of course, this here is never going to get plowed. I believe that is due to the fertility. So that is fine. Checking back in up over here, I want to see what this mining pit is like. Not transported yet, not transported yet, and not transported yet. Okay. That's fine. We're just giving this some time, expanding this village. Ah, there are settlement level increases, and we can grab deep mining. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to grab. Now, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to get those mines developed and get these fields fully plowed. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.